Each time a woman stands up for herself, she stands up for all women. I know my worth. I embrace my power. I say if I'm beautiful. I say if I'm strong. You will not determine my story. I will. The world needs strong women. Women who will lift and build others, who will love and be loved. Women who live bravely, both tender and fierce. Women of indomitable will. If they don't give you a seat at the table, bring a folding chair. A woman is the full circle. Within her is the power to create, nurture, and transform. Each person is born with very individual qualities and potential. We as a society owe it to women to create a truly supportive environment in which they too can grow and move forward. We need women at all levels, including the top, to change the dynamic, reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored. I'm not afraid of storms, for I'm learning to sail my ship. This is what I am learning at 82 years old. The main thing is to be in love with the search for truth. Never give up, for that is just the place and time that the tide will turn. Change your life today. Don't gamble on the future. Act now without delay. I figure if a girl wants to be a legend, she should go ahead and be one. And one day she discovered that she was fierce and strong and full of fire, and that not even she could hold herself back because her passion burned brighter than her fears. She was powerful not because she wasn't scared, but because she went on so strongly, despite the fear. One of the most courageous things you can do is identify yourself, know who you are, what you believe in, and where you want to go. No, you deserve to be here. You deserve to exist. You deserve to take up space in this world of men. I raise my voice, not so that I can shout, but so that those without a voice can be heard. We cannot all succeed when half of us are held back. Every woman's success should be an inspiration to another. We're strongest when we cheer each other on. Avoiding danger is no safer in the long run than outright exposure. The fearful are caught as often as the bold. Set your sights high, the higher the better. Expect the most wonderful things to happen, not in the future, but right now. Realize that nothing is too good. Allow absolutely nothing to hamper you or hold you up in any way. Use your life to wake you up. Nothing in life is to be feared. It is only to be understood. I know nothing in the world that has as much power as a word. Sometimes I write one, and I look at it until it begins to shine. The cure for anything is salt water, sweat, tears, or the sea. Fearlessness is like a muscle. I know from my own life that the more I exercise it, the more natural it becomes to not let my fears run me. I have learned over the years that when one's mind is made up, this diminishes fear. Knowing what must be done does away with fear. It took me quite a long time to develop a voice, and now that I have it, I am not going to be silent. If you obey all the rules, you miss all the fun.
It's not the load that breaks you down, it's the way you carry it.
The size of your dreams must always exceed your current capacity to achieve them. If your dreams do not scare you, they are not big enough. The most effective way to do it is to do it. Strong women don't play the victim. Don't make themselves look pitiful and don't point fingers. They stand and they deal. You can waste your lives drawing lines, or you can live your life crossing them. So, ignore the glass ceiling and do your work. If you're focusing on the glass ceiling, focusing on what you don't have, focusing on the limitations, then you will be limited. I am thankful for my struggle, because without it, I wouldn't have stumbled across my strength. Above all, be the heroine of your life, not the victim. Choose your dreams over your fears. Of all the nasty outcomes predicted for women's liberation, none was more alarming than the suggestion that women would eventually become just like men. If you are to free yourselves, you must break the chains of oppression yourselves. Only then can we express our dignity. Only when we have liberated ourselves can we cooperate with other groups. Any acceptance of humiliation, indignity, or insult is acceptance of inferiority. Be a first-rate version of yourself, not a second-rate version of someone else. You have to have confidence in your ability, and then be tough enough to follow through. And a woman is like a tea bag. You never know how strong it is until it's in hot water. Life is very interesting. In the end, some of your greatest pains become your greatest strengths. Be strong enough to stand alone, smart enough to know when you need help, and brave enough to ask for it. Don't let anyone speak for you, and don't rely on others to fight for you. I believe in being strong when everything seems to be going wrong. I believe that happy girls are the prettiest girls. I believe that tomorrow is another day, and I believe in miracles. This is your moment. Own it. I can never be safe. I always try and go against the grain. As soon as I accomplish one thing, I just set a higher goal. That's how I've gotten to where I am. You must know that you can do this. You are strong, and you will make it. Just hang on and keep believing in yourself, always. Do not live someone else's life and someone else's idea of what womanhood is. Womanhood is you.
Everyone has inside of her a piece of good news. The good news is that you don't know how great you can be, how much you can love, what you can accomplish, and what your potential is. A really strong woman accepts the war she went through and is ennobled by her scars. Always aim high, work hard, and care deeply about what you believe in. And when you stumble, keep faith. And when you're knocked down, get right back up and never listen to anyone who says you can't or shouldn't go on. Think like a queen. A queen is not afraid to fail. Failure is another stepping stone to greatness. Take criticism seriously, but not personally. If there is truth or merit in the criticism, try to learn from it. Otherwise, let it roll right off you. Women are leaders everywhere you look, from the CEO who runs a Fortune 500 company to the housewife who raises her children and heads her household. Our country was built by strong women, and we will continue to break down walls and defy stereotypes. When you take risks, you learn that there will be times when you succeed, and there will be times when you fail, and both are equally important.
I don't want to be better than you or her or him. I want to be better than I am right now. If you don't see a clear path for what you want, sometimes you have to make it yourself.
Work hard every day, no matter what your strengths and weaknesses. There's no substitute for hard work. I am learning every day to allow the space between where I am and where I want to be to inspire me and not terrify me. We're here for a reason. I believe a bit of the reason is to throw little torches out to lead people through the dark. Change takes courage. Because confidence is really trust in yourself, right? It has nothing to do with what someone else thinks of you. It's what you think of you. A leader takes people where they want to go. A great leader takes people where they don't necessarily want to go, but ought to be.